I was thinking about how I film my podcast.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to do it from Twitch, I would probably get a webcam. But if I wanted to do it any other way, I could just set up a camera and then have microphones set up to each person and separate the audio and video in the computer while I edit it.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And then upload it.
Wow.
Never thought about that.
Me neither, and I have a fucking camera. Damn.
It'll still be a podcast, right?
Yeah, because I mean, you can also
like I said, it would be a webcam is probably a lot better with Twitch.
Yeah.
But
just streaming in general, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it is more the stream aspect. The cameras can't stream.
Yeah, and then, of course, people nowadays they try to capture that quality that everyone has.
You can actually live stream an iPhone.
Oh yeah, there was a video I was watching where they were talking about it. It was actually a funny video.
I wonder what kind of HD cams though.
What do you mean?
Like a DSLR.
Oh, okay.
It'll stream.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. That's what we've been wanting to get to, because she used to have a camera like that. And I've always kind of wanted one. I don't know why. Every now and then I get this feeling like I want an actual, like, really good camera. And then I'm like, the fuck am I going to do with it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what my mom does. She's got a nice camera. Ashley's got a nice camera. They got the same damn camera. And they don't take pictures. Not a bad thing, but, like, a lot of people have cameras. You know what I mean? And, like, family reunion and stuff. Yeah, you pack up your camera. But, like, as far as, like, photographer and making a living or even a hobby of.
Yeah, I'm not out here trying to be like Peter Parker with a camera around my neck.
Right. Going to the bugle like Spider-Man. I love
J. Jonah
Jameson, man. I love his character. And what's his name? J.K. Simmons?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, is it J.K. Simmons?
Yeah, Rawlings is Harry Potter.
Yeah, but it's another J.K. or something that I always get mixed up with him.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling is
no, not the writer.
Oh,
that's somebody else in Hollywood.
Oh, huh.
I don't know if it's a J.K. or it's a J.J. Abrams is who I always get mixed up with.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
J.K. Simmons.
Dang, I ain't heard that name in a long time.
But I don't know why. But yeah, I like J.K. Simmons.
Wait a minute. No, didn't he just do the last Star Wars? Or no, he did it and then they switched directors. I think they did like, I think he did like 9 and they're like, nah, we'll take it from here. Or he did 7 and then they were like, no more.
Yeah, I don't fuck with a lot of directors.
I don't at all.
I wrote that in the message board one of the podcast episodes because I was waiting for them to do a review of I think it was Loki. I reference him a lot, but I put that meme up there. That Loki interview. That's another thing too. Like I don't know how they got they have a small like group following on there, and maybe like you got a Mike Kim group, don't you? Or is it just a page?
It's just a page.
A group interactive, like people post stuff on there. It's kind of less personal. It's like not directly at you, so people get to talking in there and stuff like that. So yeah, they're like posting groups like that.
And that's what I was trying to get the page to operate as a group.
Actually, Facebook is getting really retarded to me. Getting a lot more spammy.
Is it for you?
For me, I'm getting so many sponsored ads. I don't even see my friends.
Oh wow. Gotta block those. Where do you see them at on your phone?
Yeah.
Clear your cache. Clear your Facebook cache, and then clean your browser. That might help. I ain't at that point yet for you to clear my history.
I'm not ready to clear my cache.
Hit the advanced tab. Let's start bookmarking.
That's gold. That shit's funny. But no, I probably will end up doing that. But I'm getting a new phone altogether.
That's good.
Tax season. Tax.
So all the purchases are made.
No, not me.
Well, for the nation.
Yeah, for the nation.
Black
I try
Friday,
not to.
Christmas, and tax season.
Mm-hmm. I remember it was a thing when I was in sales, man. It was like, oh, tax season coming, man. Go get that check. That's what they was saying. Go get that check. Yeah, but I mean, I don't like that though. Like, there ain't no game.
We're trying to save ours this year because last year we got the car that we drive now. And yeah, although she wants to take a trip. She wants to go to Florida so we can see my sister and her kids.
Expensive?
No, but the drive is.
Y'all driving?
Yep.
How y'all doing drive? Oh.
Yeah. Yep. It'd be cheaper.
So,
Best thing I could. That's Sean.
oh, what up, Sean?
50 cents.
250. No, 350.
What's up, Sean? I got about 350.
How long you been on it? Oh, okay, I just caught it. Cool. Chilling. How you doing?
That brings us to our introduction. Hello, everyone.
What up? We've been on here just chatting. Ain't been on topic. We ain't even mentioned the topic.
Welcome to goddamn
Loud Monster
of Sketch and Catch featuring my man Trae. We have reached episode 10.
10.
It's a big milestone for us because
10.
we are busy guys. The camera's right there.
10. Where? 10. I always look. I see the screen.
Yeah.
I think the camera's here, but even I see my screen and I know I'm not looking at the camera.
You're not looking at yourself. Who am I looking at?
No, let me look at the camera like I looked at you.
We're just obviously not talking about anything specific right now, but we're really just we're following up on our last episode 9, Are We Astrology? I asked the question, with all the information provided, how do you feel, what type of deity you would be to life? I believe, so the categories that I had specified, we went off the planets and their symbolicism to deities that we know today. Sun and moon not being any planets, but they do harbor energy, especially for all living beings like humans, animals, and plants. They definitely have a hold on us. Sun being ego and creativity, moon being emotion, Mercury being communication, intellect, and technology, Venus being love, beauty, harmony, Mars being energy, passion, and sex, Jupiter being luck and adventure, Saturn being structure, Uranus being innovation and science, Neptune being inspiration and spirituality, and Pluto being rebirth and death. I think I remember me saying that I was Neptune and Sun. Yeah, and then you said
Saturn, baby.
Yeah.
Give me the ring.
Yeah, you said Mercury and Saturn, I think.
Said 2?
Yeah, you said 2.
What was Mercury?
Mercury was communication, intellect, and technology. Mars was energy, passion, and sex.
Yeah, it was definitely
Mercury and Saturn.
That didn't sound good. No passion. Got no patience.
No.
Tiny knocking at my door.
So today I wanted to kind of make the art fun again. We're actually just finishing up on our last pieces. I did a little more after the episode was done, and Trey's finishing up, but we're also going to add or draw, aside from that, we're also going to talk about and draw what we believe our spiritual animal is. What do you think yours is? What do you feel like yours is?
A goat. No. Let me be serious.
That's a bad man.
Yes, I do be indubitably. I didn't actually give it much. I'm trying to think about like my favorite animal, but then again,
oh, it's okay. Take your time. I already know mine.
Can you go first?
Yeah, dragon.
And see, I really like dragons, but it's not my spirit animal. I don't think it's my spirit animal.
Mm-hmm.
Why is yours a dragon?
I have this. So I'm gonna talk myself up, right?
Go
I
ahead.
I have this feeling that I do have this like celestial presence. And to your reaction, to your depiction, it could be good or bad. I could be a good omen or a bad omen. I could be your best day or your worst day. It just all depends on how you want to react and treat me. Um, I can, although I am in good intention and good in heart, I do have a darker side, as we all do. But unfortunately, for people who decide to be on my bad side, I don't. Unless you put me in a well, if you put me in a position to actually have to show you, I will portray that side. But other than that, like I can like, and here's the thing that we've seen dragons being depicted as, right? Like they are like you always see them alone, even though that they're revered. There's a sense of them being alone. Like I will never say that I've ever been left alone.
Right.
I've always felt alone in a sense that like I think differently than most of the people that I've surrounded myself with. There are intellectuals that I can be on the same level on, and in that sense, the reason why I think I'm a dragon is because those people that I'm level with, I also see as deities as well, but in their own form. So, like for instance, if I was to be a dragon, just to throw one out there, I could see Sean as like the rising.
Goddamn Loch Ness monster.
I was gonna say Phoenix.
He had it rolled up there a while back, and then you guys
No.
to talk about. I was like, oh look.
No, you can't give him that. He's not longer than me.
Oh, he
No.
was referring to you. It fits. It fits. Okay, I didn't mean to throw you off. I'm sorry.
And then like for you, what's a celestial being? Another one.
Does
Like,
this have to be a celestial mystical
no,
animal?
no, 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 not
Okay.
at all. That's just this is
Okay.
where my standpoint is on why I feel like I resemble that of a dragon.
Okay.
Um, I don't know what I would. I can't think of one like a celestial being that would be other than like one of the deities of like Asian culture. Like I think the ones that we looked up the last episode. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, the one I was depicting, like I feel like you would be like, yeah, like there are so many people that I can be at level with, or so many people that I feel like are surpassed me. Even people who are older than me, I'm just like, you're older, you've had more life experience, but I don't feel like, in a sense, like there's more wisdom coming from you that I can't give myself. Um, and then like there is a bit of an attitude with me. Like I do have some, you know, challenges with my anger and then showing emotion, but the compassion's there. And there's just like a longing. I feel like with the dragon being alone, there's a longing to be its um with its kind. And I think
Comes with it.
yeah, and I feel like for me, in a sense, sometimes I do wish that there was more people around that actually kind of get me. But at the time, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Because then you looking at yourself like, then I.
Right, because
Not for real.
definitely. Because then it's also like I wouldn't want to be around a bunch of people that I know, um, who are like me, completely head to toe, and or better.
A lot of
Because
people like doing that though.
I
The
feel like
monotony of like having the same person around. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
I don't think I could because like it'd be fun for a little bit, but it's like I have other people to. I feel like I have people to tend to,
yeah.
even if it wasn't my family. Like if I was alone and didn't have a family of my own that I created, I'm always gravitating to someone that needs some kind of guidance through life. And not to say that I'm guiding everyone that I meet. No, sometimes I just have casual friendships, and there's people who like just like need a gleaming light. Some people need a whole light at the end of the tunnel. But I not only do I help guide that moment in time also helps me learn a lot about not only myself but about people in general, life in general. I learn from being able to teach. I learn from being able to learn. I learn being hands on. I learn reading. There's always something that I can take away from the moment. I'm like, wow, it's not just a growing part for myself, but it's just like in general, being able to understand how every little bit of life acts in the time that I'm able to like live and breathe. Like understanding how plants grow, how they interact with each other, how they interact with their environment. animals, watching animals, just how they act, just in the moment, like in survival. Birds, how they're always like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like how their eyes are on the side of their head, so like they kind of have to look, but like they can see two sides at once.
Yeah, they can see
For us,
all
we
this.
have like a 180 peripheral. They're just kind of like.
I can't even judge off this. I'd say maybe
like
a
140, like a 120, 140. Like if you teach yourself how to use your peripheral vision to be able to see like over here. Some people can't though. Like if I can't see my hands right now where they're at.
I can see this hand right now looking straight forward.
But now I can.
But I can't see
oh, in your eye? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I also, it's just like the idea of a dragon, you kind of understand it also has an elemental aspect too. I feel like I'm very in tune with elements to a certain extent, some more than others, but I feel like for instance, if you're Americans know, but well, people know, I should say, but like I know from growing up, like Native Americans would also know, like when it's supposed to rain. Not by the smell of it, but like there's a sense when you know the rain is coming. And I know some people outside of that will know, but I just know like from what I've been taught and what I've learned, like it's one of the traits of Native Americans to know when that weather is coming, almost like an animal's instinct to know. And then of course, like I just feel like if you ever get the chance, whether it's a lighter, a match, or a campfire, whenever there's a flame going on, and you put your hand to it, even like a source of heat, like being able to not only feel like you're.
I was Joan of Arc in my past life.
So there's a burn, but before the burn,
got it.
You can kind of feel like your skin, or even your hand, if you do it with your hand, you kind of feel like you're absorbing the heat.
Tingles.
Before it starts to burn, because it's like got to a point to where it's like, oh, that's too much. But like if you hover yourself over a certain point, you can actually kind of feel your body taking that heat in as energy, and it kind of warms you, and like you kind of feel fueled after it. But then of course there's the pyros who can stare at heat and go. I'm not really. Fireworks are cool, but I've kind of outgrown them.
I've about outgrown fireworks. I have not outgrown fire.
Yeah, I know. Fire is actually like when you stare at fire.
I'm never gonna outgrow fire.
You know what? That's crazy because like when I'm staring at fire just kind of puts me into this trance. When I'm staring at it, I just feel like a bliss.
Yeah, we're big on bonfires in my mama's side of the family. Do a lot of vibes, bro.
Yeah. So and then of course water, like if you're taking showers, like I was saying last time, all my good thoughts come with taking a shower, especially a hot shower.
Hot water, hot shower.
It could be like, now I've gotten used to being warm or kind of like lukewarm, kind of on the cooler side. I don't really need a hot one. I like hot ones, especially in the cold weather, because it's like it energizes me a little bit. It just relaxes me. But a shower in general, I can just sit under the water and just be cool. Like swimming, I can just kind of like,
Me and Ashley agreed that we would have some method for us to sit in. Since we don't do baths. Never imagine my big ass in a bathtub. No. But we're gonna try to do a pool. It's hard for me to take care of pools. I don't know how to do that. But I want one big enough to where I don't really have to break down.
You gotta have a passion for it.
I got a passion for sitting outside.
No, like a passion to like the pool upkeep.
I know.
There's a passion.
I've tried it.
Oh my goodness.
It sucks.
I've never had the liberty of being able to do it, but
I came up in the lake. I done seen a little algae. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but there's some people who like are really about how they take care of their pool.
But the thing only costs $189. You know what I mean? no like big ass pool. I just want some body of water I can fit in.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like a
no.
tall above ground one, or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. In ground pool.
Oh, I
I
mean,
can't even afford the tall structure in above ground pool.
oh, that's what I was talking about, like a tall one.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I can't even take care of the little one. Not like a kiddie pool. Not like the inflatable ring and then you
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
okay.
an 8-foot pool or whatever.
8. Okay, 8 long and then like
Yeah.
what, 4 high,
Yeah.
5 high. Okay.
No,
You know
not
what?
even 5.
I don't even really understand the whole thing about. I think it's just like it's a economy kind of thing. Like, it's a social class thing. Like, if you have an above ground pool that's like 6 feet tall and what 16 feet wide, and then you get someone who's rich and who can actually pay to have it installed in ground. They're like, look at those people with an above ground pool.
You know, pools has been a thing. They started
Flex.
installing. Yeah, that been the flex right there. That's what, and that's just what it is. You know, it kind of. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, because I know can't swim anyway.
And some people who have the above ground pool look at kiddie pools like, look, they've got a pool for their dog that they let their kids swim in. It's like,
but all them animals around my neighborhood, I might goddamn pool. Well, fucking.
can we come swim? No. Why not? I don't know you.
Oh no, no. Well, those animals too. Yeah, you're right. But I'm talking about the real animals. It's asking it. I don't know. It's gonna be hard, but
yeah,
I
you have to cover that.
How we get to pools anyway?
Oh yeah.
Talking about the water.
Oh yeah, there we
absorbing
go.
water and good energy.
Start
talking.
Yeah, like there's a sense of calmness that I get with staring into fire, sitting underwater, and then the gust of wind. Like I feel like there's certain things that I do that allows the wind to breeze, but yeah, cold wind sucks.
The water's always cold.
Oh my gosh. But I don't know, like there's a certain presence I feel when there's a gust of wind. It just kind of like it brings me all the information for the day or for the week or for the month, but it also just feels like I'm being spoken to. Um, and then Earth is Earth, so
Earth is just Earth.
Earth has provided me with all these elements, therefore I'm connected to it as well. But actually, we were just watching the Animal Planet thing or something like that, or the Life on Earth thing on Netflix that's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Oh, that's out.
Oh yeah,
I did. That's the new
one. The one that just came out last year, I think.
I think it's one coming out this year.
Oh really? Okay.
Or
so this one he talks about life. He goes back and forth between now and then, with dinosaurs and all that stuff. And he of course he ends with humanity. But like the way that he was talking about how life was, I was kind of getting this like idea that Earth is just one big organism. Each planet is like one big organism. And if you think about it, you probably connected the dots younger in science class. The way that the solar system operates is the same way a molecule structure looks. You've got the what was it, the electron, or is it what's in the middle? No, the neutrons in the middle, and then the protons, electrons are around it. So something, so something like that, like how
I was thinking of cell. You said an atom.
I probably said it wrong because it's been a while for me too.
So atom is structured is the
like the bubbles.
Bubbles.
Okay.
So you got your main.
Oh, that's right. So
main element, and then everything else comes around. The cells. I mean.
Okay. So the ones that have the rings.
Don't let me get the line. Nope. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I tried.
So the ones that have the rings, and they have the orbs on them to dictate like the protons. I know is one of them that goes around, and I think it's protons and electrons that go around the neutrons, right? So
yes, electrons are on the outside because the neutrons neutralize the
neutrons are in the middle.
Not mistake.
Okay, so you know how the protons and electrons orbit neutrons. That's the same way that planets orbit a sun in a solar system. So I was like, okay, I put that together. I was like, planets are all just one big living organism. And it's just like its own little cell, or like a cell structure. Like a solar system is its own little cell structure. So, have you seen Quantumania?
Yeah.
You know how they got smaller, and then there's just like a whole another world, and then there's King. I feel like that's what, like, just life is just smaller and smaller and smaller. But like the smaller you get, like the more you see that there's just life within that.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
And then like, what if we're not able to see beyond a certain point of the entire like galaxy because that's just how big it is. Like what if we're just part of something way bigger?
Yeah, it's like that.
And you know what's crazy? As far as life has gone on, like the eons of existence, what if every time?
I'm going to protons.
Oh, so it is atom structure. But I think we were both right because the
neutrons are
we were both
outside
right.
of the protons and neutrons. Protons.
No. We were both right. It was just we were putting it all. We were separating it. So the nucleus.
Protons and
is,
electrons are in the center, and the neutrons are on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so protons and neutrons are in the middle. Electrons are on the outside. Okay. And that's the whole atom structure because you have the nucleus, which is made up of protons and neutrons. Yes.
That's where I get lost. That's where I.
Yeah. So right here it says nucleus is pointing at the entire blue and red.
Okay.
Blue and red are protons and neutrons.
Electrons
are on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's been a while. Up on my 20-year anniversary here in a few years. Probably ain't going either. I found my spirit animal viewer.
Oh yeah.
Hawk or falcon.
Hawk or falcon.
I'm a bird of the sky.
That's the Native American in you.
High flying. I don't be trying to claim it, you know what I mean? That conversation get watered down.
It does.
But
it does.
It's hard.
Because whenever I had to tell someone, they're like, are you Asian? Yeah, so what are you? I go Black, Asian, Native American. They're like, oh, so you're Blasian. Like, you're missing one, but yes.
Oh, that lives in me, you know what I mean? But nah, yeah, I would be I don't know the difference between a hawk and a falcon, whichever one is bigger.
What made you not say eagle?
America. No. Honestly, it is cliche. Not because I have any beef or I think eagle is not so.
It represents patriotism.
No, that's not first or third or second on the list, but it's on there. I'm trying to be nicer because I'm in public. I don't know. I've always liked hunting hawks color.
Are they brown?
They're brown. Most hawks are. Like a red-tailed hawk is a brown. It's got a lighter colored tail. Typical falcon can fly up to 60 miles an hour. But
man, what are the differences? Because the way you describing it, like you in between both of them.
Let's see. I'm looking for size. Falcons are smaller birds than hawks, which are generally large but with shorter wings compared to falcons.
Mm-hmm.
So it's common to hear a falcon referred to as a long-winged. Male Harris hawk can weigh around 1 pound 2 ounces to 1 pound 8 ounces, whereas a female can weigh between 1 pound 12 ounces to 6 ounces. I'm gonna say a hawk, and they're bigger. They may be a little slower, but I'm not fast yet. But yeah, man. I mean, they are a very light, but very powerful. But shit,
because hawks they pick up big animals if they're hungry enough, or if they have enough to feed. What's the biggest thing that a hawk can pick up? Like a goat? Oh, a child.
No, I don't know.
I think you're right.
Nah, a goat might be a little bigger than a child, a little heavier. They can pick up all kinds.
No, I think a hawk has been known to pick up a kid before. I know an eagle can pick up a goat because they have the wingspan that's their. I think their wingspan is double their actual height.
I tell you what, though, I don't even want to. It don't matter. I don't need to pick nothing up that high. I can turn myself into a human speeding bullet, and it'll help my farm man can have wings. But if a bird only weighs 1 pound, that's like saying you can only pick up an 8-ounce something. So an eagle can pick up a kid, but
well, It says that it can pick up anything between 4 or 5 pounds, about half its weight in about most a large raptor can pick up. Why a raptor? Hawks are smaller than eagles, so usually preys on mice, voles, baby rabbits up to 4 to 5 pounds max. Full-grown healthy eagle can probably pick up a day-old lamb or other small animal weighing up to about 8 pounds. They can both pick up some kids.
What else they can pick up? Rocks. Turtles. Hear about that hawk that killed a man could drop a turtle on him? Mm-hmm. 1,000 Ways to Die was streaming on like Tubi. Something like.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh dang! That's what I was just thinking. Like a rock could be deadly from a height.
Exactly.
Because if you can drop a penny off the tallest building, and it can split through somebody. Yeah, an animal picking up a rock. I feel like if they got smart enough, they'll be able to learn how to kill with just a rock. A dive in. If they really wanted to just smash on something, just dive in and just.
Yeah, man. Just they can get around however they need to. There ain't nothing much that can fly as high as they can.
Kind of like a dragon.
Exactly. Because even I've seen dragons without wings that are still flight enabled.
Yeah.
Shinron, you know.
Yeah, I prefer the ones without wings.
With flight?
Yeah, I prefer the ones without
the Chinese
wings.
style?
Yeah. I don't like the medieval style.
Medieval English style. I appreciate like a kind of a bit of a mix, if you will.
Yeah.
Shinron, not Shinron. Smaug is my
Smaug.
Or the Lord of the Rings first movies came out. I was watching the Hobbit cartoon, 1970.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't know that was in the cartoon.
What? You got HBO Max?
Uh-huh.
Look up the Hobbit and watch the cartoon. That shit's fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no bullshit. I love that's one of my top 10 cartoon animated movies.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It is crazy.
The first X-rated movie I watched was Roger Rabbit.
That wasn't X-rated, was it?
I know.
Oh, I'm about to say like what?
Wait, X-rated or R-rated? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a porno. Nah, it's dope. If anybody's heard about Fritz the Cat, y'all chime in. Sean, if you heard of Fritz the Cat, shit, let me know. That's something. Look it up. I don't know where it's streaming at. It's actually really hard to find. It was on Netflix for a long time, but I think they had to take it off.
Tubi or Freebie.
I don't think it's even on Tubi.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's X-rated. It's really bad rated, so it's kind of
I can appreciate some of the medieval looking dragons, but I don't know the way they have them look and the way that they seem to be easily defeated.
Yeah, I like.
That's why I'm a huge fan of Godzilla.
That's why I was a fan of Smaug.
Yeah,
he was cocky, he was ruthless guy, but it was good. Did you love Godzilla?
Oh,
so did you see this new one that everybody's talking about?
Not yet.
You want to go see it? It's supposed to be back in the theaters. I want to see it.
Yeah, I do actually.
I have to put that in motion. I got to make sure I do some more homework.
Because I know they had a version in black and white, and then they had it in color. Because it's -1. It's supposed to be like re-envisioning of like the first one. Because I went on HBO Max and watched some of the old ones, black and white.
You couldn't do it, could you? Couldn't do it.
No, I think the first time I think I watched Godzilla was my aunt had a VHS tape of it when I was younger, and it was the episode where this kid had a dream about Godzilla, but he also had a son. Godzilla had a son. I think his name was Gabara. But he was like Godzilla but a doofus. He was talking to him and everything.
Oh my goodness.
But there was some big kaiju that came and was starting to beat up on Godzilla's son. Godzilla finally made his way into the episode to fight him, and only to beat him and leave. And then the Godzilla's son was just hanging out with the kid again. Like every time the
Mhm.
kid went to sleep, he had a dream about him.
Hmm.
It was so weird, but at the same time, it was like the perfect thing for a kid. Like I can imagine
Yeah.
this to happen myself.
Uh-huh.
Like the kid wasn't Asia; he's like living a normal life, except he's kind of like walking around doing his own thing, as most kids do in Asia. And yeah, he would come home and go take a nap, and he would like the way that he would. It was almost uh like a lucid dream because the way that he would transport himself to Kaiju Island, that he would take a plane. He was like, "How do I get back there? Can you take a jet? Can you take a jet?" And as he was falling asleep, saying that to himself, he was like envisioning himself on a plane to get to the island, and he found his way there.
This is from the back in the day.
Yeah, this is like it was on a VHS. I can't remember what episode it was, but because I think there were more than one episode that involved Godzilla's son. But yeah,
So let me ask, did you watch the old Godzilla cartoon?
talking about the one on Kids WB, the one that came after the 2000 movie.
When it came out like that?
I don't think I did. I played the Super Nintendo game, and I watched what movie was that came out before Godzilla 2000?
It was a Godzilla movie that came out before
I think
2000.
there was
That was
one in '98.
Oh no, it was Godzilla. It was just called Godzilla, and then Godzilla 2000 was that sequel.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yep.
yeah. No, I was super big on Godzilla,
Genuine was on the soundtrack.
and P Diddy, because he made the
Come with me.
yeah. I loved that song as a kid. I'd sit there and listen to it, but like
And he had "You Can Hate Me Now." I think was that on the that one probably.
I don't think so. I think that
That
came
shit
out.
was a banger too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Godzilla cartoon.
I liked Godzilla 2000, even though it got a lot of hate because it was a whole new design. For a lot of people, it didn't work. For me, I'm like, oh, this is cool because I thought in my mind like, oh, it's a different one. Are they gonna find each other and fight? But I was a kid, so I didn't really like think beyond that. And then what really had me was that at the end, where what was it? I forgot the actor's name, but no, they found out that she had eggs, and they blew up the building that was supposed to kill off all her her eggs and the little baby Godzillas that she had. But then come to find out, there was a nest, like three of them that survived, and one of them had cracked open.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that.
then they never added on to it.
And nothing else
No,
happened.
it was a flop.
Yeah. Yep.
I was so mad because every year I'd be like, "Oh no, I have not. What is that derpy little shit in the corner?"
That's Godzuki. And that's what you made me think about whenever that's his name, Godzuki. That's 1978.
Oh wow.
I actually have to now I gotta really shout out one of my bigger influences. That was 19th American animation.
Hmm?
Gary Coleman. Harlem Globetrotter show. All of that kind of style. It was like Hanna-Barbera, and it was another
What was the Cosby one?
Fat Albert?
Yeah, Fat Albert.
Yeah. I missed a lot of Fat Albert because it was off TV. Right as I was becoming old enough to, or they was even doing reruns.
Right.
That was before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like Fat Albert. I did see, you know what I mean, but I don't remember him. Yeah, the animation style also. Yeah, just kind of like I don't know what it is.
I went back and watched some stuff from the '70s. Spider-Man, between the '60s and '80s.
Was it good?
It takes some getting used to. It takes some appreciation, just like old films. It takes some appreciation, but if you can get beyond the once renowned but shitty voice acting, even with martial arts films, like when you actually go back and hear the voice dubbing for those, you're just like, Jesus.
This is what we was doing? This is what we was doing.
You brought yourself onto my territory. Now you'll have to face me. Well, come on then. Let's go.
Hey. Do that again. I'm gonna do some more bad lip reading.
So you've come to fight, huh? You've come to challenge my shot. Oh my god, I can't do that anymore.
That's
And I
hilarious.
hated it because every white dude who voice acted sound the same, even though they only had like 16 of them. Like, if you think about it, like if you actually go and do the research on how many people voice acted all those martial arts films that came to America, only 2 handfuls of them. And that's why they all sounded the same. But I don't understand why they felt the need to do that. But that's how, if you think about it, TV and films between the 20s to the 60s were anyway.
That's kind of like how it is. They always see the same actors.
Yeah, that's true.
Simple Jack.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I can't be serious.
I've been
struggling. I've been struggling. I have not been able to just be serious about nothing. It might be a result of heavy inflicted patriotism.
But that's fine though, because you can't be like me.
I love it.
feel like I've gotten way too serious over the years.
I need to get some. Gotta give. I've been thinking my shortfalls be coming from not being serious enough.
Keep that. That sense of humor that you have, keep that, because I'm trying to retain that back. I used to make everything a joke, and I'm like, okay.
I make everything a joke, and I don't let people finish their sentences. So if y'all hear this and y'all talk to me, I'm sorry.
I took myself too seriously, and I held on to that. So now I'm like, this is gross. I gotta get funny
That's
again.
That's fair. I could feel that.
People are trying to make a joke of me. I'm like, no. I try to explain things. They're like, no, I was kidding. I was like, oh, my bad. Yeah. Yep. I'm around stupidity, so I feel like I gotta explain shit.
It sure did. So, what do you think? It made my eyes rain. I got a good brain. Golly. So what do you think your appearance of your dragon will be?
Well, it would be your typical Chinese art style dragon. Long, scaly, with the hair coming back. No horns. I couldn't do the horns. But like I made it funny with myself too. When my hair started to get longer and I was able to throw it back, and like I got this and this going on. I was like, I look like a dragon. I was like, yeah.
I think I remember that.
Sticks.
I think I remember that. I mean, I don't know how long you had it, but I think at some point I remember you saying something about somebody's dragon.
Yeah. No, whenever I got that gleaming chance to say it, I'll be like, yeah, nah, I look like a fucking dragon right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, just that art style. Scales, only long enough to only have it look right to have 4 legs.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, I'm like, you too long.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, the same. Yep, head to tail.
Yeah. What about the color?
Red.
Red
or gold. Red and gold.
Ooh, that would be it.
Yeah. So it'd be red scales, probably gold eyes, black belly, or no, not black belly. Gold belly with gold nails. And then gold. What are these little ethereal things that they have?
I just be.
Yeah, whiskers. You're probably right, actually. And then the hair, gold, like a Saiyan.
Okay.
And then when I fly around, sprinkle gold dust on everybody, just flexing. And when I need to speed my way through, it'd be like a gold sonic boom.
So when you leave the room, it's just gold dust and fly. Like it's just a big gold dust explosion and you go home.
Got that glitter bomb on your couch.
Okay. Michael's here.
And who left this Jerry Curl juice?
Just let your soul glow, baby. Just let it shine through. That's hilarious.
Soul Glow. Available in stores now.
Just let yeah, I wish. Girl looking at me. That's dope. That sounds like a really good picture. So you said hair like a Super Saiyan. Would it blow in the breeze?
The color, and yeah.
Like, would it be stiff like a Super Saiyan, or would it just kind of?
No, my shit's gonna be looking like Trunks when he had his hair long.
Oh,
yeah, base form Trunks, but color of the Super Saiyan.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mine's just gonna.
As I'm perched up in the wind, looking down at all you.
Pathetic. My heart gonna be big though. Like, this is
I feel like
spirit animal.
Yeah, I feel like a good depiction of a spiritual hawk would be big. Because like you don't have to. I mean, and here's the thing about spiritual animals too: they don't always have to be super big and majestic. Some people have normal sized animals, but there's just that one that stands out and connects with them.
Mm-hmm. Mine, you gotta see. You ain't gotta see it, but when it's time to see it, you large presence.
Yeah.
I think kind of like almost growable.
Would you say that you're the kind of like how a like a celestial dragon would be? Would you say, like, depending on whoever it is that you're guiding, however they perceive you to be is however big you'll be?
I would say yes, but I know that fear plays a lot of things in spiritual beings, and that could like make me.
How much they can handle?
Yeah, I would be a size like I would almost have that like a battle size almost. You know what I mean?
What's battle size?
Like puff up when they get mad. It's time to fight. It's gonna like kind of like some Hulk shit.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the harvest that I'm bringing in because I eat my vegetables as a
kind of like Genie from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Both
of me.
Yeah.
But my overall general appearance might kind of be about 6.
Okay.
About 3.
That's a big ass bird.
Yeah. No, not the bird. Sorry, the bird will be about. Bird might be about 3 foot.
Okay.
Probably about a. Still about about a 15-foot wing.
Yeah. 3 feet tall. 15 wings.
Oh, I'm trying to think. What's the average? Now I have to think about this because this is all character development though, so it's a good exercise for me. But let me see here.
That's average. Like 2 of me on each side. With Azarin. Dude, that's pterodactyl wings on a butterfly body. You ain't flying nowhere. You with the wind. You'll be a kite in the wind with them damn wings.
Oh no. A high breeze.
I can't open my wings today. It's too windy.
That's
what's gonna happen?
But that's like Storm getting locked in the closet, and then her powers are basically. So people got weaknesses, but a red-tailed hawk has a 3 to 4 foot wing.
3 to 4 foot, and how tall do they stand? Probably the same.
1 or 2 feet tall.
Okay, so they're kind of like eagles, where their wingspan is double their height.
Yeah. So if I make this I'm gonna say about a 4 foot, then he can have a
8 foot wingspan.
About an 8 foot. Yep.
When you get mad, you go, "Do you dare?" Like, oh hey yo, I keep forgetting you're not the actual animal. I keep thinking you want to be the animal.
I'm really trying to like. The character part of it, I want my characters to have like an animal.
No, that's my fault because I keep thinking that I'm not even thinking straight because I'm not even thinking that I'm the dragon. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. And like in one part I'm thinking we have an animal, and in another part I'm thinking we are the animal. I think I started off with saying I think I am a dragon.
Doesn't matter.
I think you can have two sides.
If I'm the
two forms.
bird, and these are spirit guides and everything.
Oh yeah, I guess that's right.
So I mean, the
Yeah.
only thing I'm going for is aesthetic to complement the picture.
Okay.
But at the same time, that's really good thinking.
Yeah.
Because now I have to dial in and say, okay.
Oh yeah, that is very enlightening because the
Uh-huh.
fact that we have a spirit guide, that would mean that our essence is one and the same with them. So therefore, that's another version of ourselves. We're just guiding ourselves. Yeah. I'm a fucking dragon.
Can't do that in public, man.
Are you high? Nah.
Not yet. I don't like. You just start doing like them 3-year-old kids.
Are you high right now? I'm elevated, baby.
I'm head to toe legit.
Not cloud 9, but I'm with the clouds.
Oh, my brother. He woke. No.
Security.
Let me go scream. That's my shit. I love that movie.
Oh, that movie's so good.
He feels bad. Mighty low. Got no place to go. Come on, man.
Who the fuck you think I'm voting for?
We did talk about this.
Yeah. Best part of the movie.
I was watching Down to Earth the other day.
Oh, for real? Yeah. Oh, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's all kind of one and the same thing. They tie into each other. So,
would you have an aura? Or I'm sorry, would your bird have an aura?
If I made a bird and it had an aura, I would. And this is another thing that I didn't pick was the firebird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I would try an aura or like or a light sprinkly mist, like you was talking about your dragon. But just kind of like.
Why am I wet and gold?
Compliments of R. Kelly. Oh shit.
Whoops. That's what I would say if I was a dragon. I'd be like, why am I glittery gold and wet? Whoops.
Time to go.
Hit it again.
Let's get a little warm in here.
Okay, so how about this? Would your spiritual avatar have what would its voice and dialect be? Would it speak English or would it just speak to you in frequency?
First,
the bird. Yeah, your bird. Yeah.
And I think it would be almost like a telekinetic type of thing. Telepathic. But it would be telepathic, telekinetic.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Telepathic is
just moving you from what he needs you to see.
Cut that. I'll take that one out. But yeah, man, we doing a whole lot of mental things. But I like the idea though of whatever part of spirit or whatever guide I will be, being able to communicate clearly with anybody. You know what I mean? And everybody don't see signs. Everybody don't understand English. So I want that all together, Yeah, if I want that all possible means of communication.
You're staying, which I like. You're staying with the fact that, like, if I was to be a spiritual guide or have a spiritual guide, the idea of a spiritual guide needs to be able to present itself to any and all specimen as they can handle it, type of thing.
I think as Saturn, yes. Because I picked Saturn. Now, if I would have went with Mars, like we was talking about, I might be a little bit more mental, like flowy, like yours.
Mars or Mercury?
Huh?
Mars or Mercury? Mars is sex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mental thing. I don't care what nobody says.
That's a mental thing? To be able to have sex?
No.
Be sexual?
To enjoy. Yes, to be sexual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
But not one of my favorite, like, I'm a very mental, like, stimulated person, so that's the thing.
Oh, okay.
But also, it was energy, too, though.
Yeah.
Right? So, can't even really see it, so it's going to move with what it is.
Right.
Something like that, yeah.
We were
Okay,
talking
going
about
cross-eyed.
how an entity would be able to perceive your presence and hear
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
your
yeah. We doing clear communication. Like even if the bird got to go up in the air and make people look up when the they don't look up. That would be my means of communication.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Now when it comes to you saying that the hawk would communicate via telepathy, is that like images? Are there words to that, or is it just kind of like a frequency to which you'll
a
kind of understand
frequency,
it? Okay,
like an
telepathic frequency.
invisible. Um, but if you was to put it in a cartoon, I'm seeing
Hmm.
it would be like the sparkles and glowy, flowy waves.
So that warmth and the waves of frequency, now that you can actually see it, will kind of like be able to allow you to understand automatically what the next thing it is that you need to do or believe or feel. Right? Okay, okay, like mind control.
Kinda,
MK Ultra experience.
kinda.
No, that's cool
More
though.
so.
That's actually a really good a method. Because like we've all seen the depictions of how a higher being would be and everything, and like
Mhm.
it's very uncommon for someone to say it was just telling me by I could just feel it. Like the warmth of his presence was allowing
Mhm.
me to understand everything that I needed to know. That's actually really I like that one. Sure.
Thanks. What about yours?
Mine would have a dark deep. No, not that
Oh
deep.
hell
Not that
no!
deep.
Hey y'all, that low key did scare me.
You must heed my warning.
Now say Mordecai. Do it.
Mordecai.
You ever seen First Sunday
Yeah.
when he was getting that massage?
Oh yeah. That's too deep. Play with my emotions.
Hey man.
Come back here if you want some run.
Yeah, okay, that was good.
Round one.
Fight. Um,
It'll be a little an octave above that, but it'll definitely have a deeper voice.
Okay. Gotta be. It's a dragon, man. Can't have no squeak. Squeaky.
Hey y'all. So I noticed that you did that thing earlier, and I understand we did not talk about that last time.
And see, now you're talking like Bruce from Family Guy.
What went wrong?
That kind of sounds like we should all be friends.
Like
Hi,
if
y'all.
Cleveland got his balls cut off.
Oh no! 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 I dressed up as Cleveland Brown for Halloween one year.
Oh, do
At
you
school.
have pictures?
I'd have to find it, man.
Man.
But I'll definitely send it to you when I do, because yeah, I got the picture. That was my best cosplay.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
I am proud to be back in my hometown with my new family.
The good times, the bad times. I love that show.
I love that show. My kids love that show.
Arlo's a funny mother.
Boy, I mean, hey, the way that they get along is what cracks me up, because they be going to war, but then they be buds.
And then how much of a gangster his actual son turned into be. I forget his name.
Junior.
Yeah, Junior.
Junior.
He got thuggish real quick.
My name is Cleveland Junior. I don't need this shit. Dad, I'm going home.
Oh my gosh. His voice isn't as easy as people think, but it's funny. That was really good.
I used to really want to do voice acting. And I like, that's still kind of one thing on my bucket list.
I kind of do.
If I want a cartoon, who else is going to voice act it, right?
Right. Because do you see who replaced Cleveland?
A black person?
Yeah. So like I was.
Did bro like step down or?
No. So it was a white guy.
Yeah, I remember. Like for
he
years.
stepped down because that whole like little phase in life where everyone was like, "You're not the color of the person you're voicing, therefore you shouldn't be doing this." And so people started to feel bad. Jenny Slate, who was voicing the little girl off of Big Mouth, She quit. She
Which
didn't
little
feel
girl?
right doing it, but she was doing a really good job. She was playing the nerd who had
Oh,
biracial parents.
and
But because
see,
she was black, she couldn't voice well, she felt like she couldn't voice the character.
I knew I was okay with having my opinion on Dukes and Hazard alone. I remember when they took it off the air because of the Duke.
Yeah.
Look, man, I feel Dukes and Hazard. I don't know why, but I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, you know. But I mean,
It was just a
they
phase
changed
where
the Ain't Your
people
Mama bottle.
yeah, it was a whole thing where people felt like they just had to like make something right, and that was
Everybody,
not right.
it's not. Is some shit got to be wrong?
Because if more people,
Not on
I'll say this
purpose.
in one part of
It's
the,
not intentional.
not at all. And one part of the problem is that if we, as a community that we are in the African American community, if we were to understand that we could aspire to be more than just a celebrity, you know, there's opportunities out there, but like you have to push your child to be more than just what's presented to them on TV. And
I'm in school
that's
now.
a problem. It's not the problem, but it's a problem. And I think once they get behind all that, they'll realize that all these minuscule issues that we're creating are just simply that. But you know, so like, and it was all he was a YouTuber, the guy that replaced for Cleveland's voice.
Oh, really?
He was one of those guys who was voice trolling on video games. He would play Call of Duty or something, run around like he'd do Obama, he did Trump, he did Cleveland Brown, he did someone else. I started to catch on to who he was, and I was watching his stuff. And in the middle of all him doing that, and where his fame was rising, the guy who voiced Cleveland Brown had to quit. And then he was like, "Hey, y'all see me do this, all these videos, all the time." So there was a petition. He put himself in a petition to be the next one on for the Family Guy's continuation to be Cleveland Brown. I signed that petition. I was like, dude, yeah, handle that, because like he does it well. Like it's almost like you wouldn't actually know it was not the guy.
This is a black guy?
Yeah, a black kid. He was like in his mid-20s, I think, like mid to late 20s. And so, yeah, this was like I want to say this like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I didn't even know they changed it.
Yeah.
Hey,
so,
can I pause for a PSA?
What's up?
I just want to let the world know that I've been with Stanley for way longer than that damn Starbucks color that they have. I've been getting mine like an old man now for quite some time.
Product placement.
It's hot right now, you know. Everybody has a Stanley, but this is a whole different model. It's not from the 70s. I mean, it wasn't made in the 70s, you know.
This looks more classic than the new Stanley Cups do now.
I love this stuff. But no, I just thought it was funny that, like, I got this thing. I had this shit for probably about 5 years now. I was like, I remember that. I was like,
you was with Stanley before Stanley became a thing.
Stanley was a thing before Stanley became a thing. I just happened to land right there in the middle. That's a bad motherfucker.
I mean, your shit was still steaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was
because it was steaming when you opened it, and then you opened it just now. I'm like, did you even lose a degree of heat?
It was all through class. I was in class at 7:30 this morning,
and it wasn't really warm today at all.
That's the commercial. That's the commercial. But no.
I've always been curious, more so than interested in about voice acting, because I'm like, okay, the only reason why I felt like I knew I had something is because when I was playing with my action figures, I had a whole story going on, and who doesn't, right? But like, you know, changing the voices is something we all do, but like I had to change them drastically just because I wanted to actually believe it myself. But like, like I said, I've been playing action figures up until like 13 years old, and I was like, okay, I think maybe I should go ahead and put these down. But I was like, if all else fails, I'm like, I was always into anime. I was always into cartoons, and the voice acting just felt natural to me. But even more looking at it now, and then I also saw that Steve Bloom has like a master class or something, or he has his own thing where he's like helping people pursue their voice acting careers.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And you know who Steve Bloom is, right?
Nope.
Have you seen Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Spike.
Really?
Sub-Zero and Mortal Kombat 9 and 10, I think.
Okay.
I think probably 9, 10, and 11. So many characters.
Played the new one?
Toonami, Tom on Toonami,
The guy?
the robot.
Really?
Yeah, the one who hosted Toonami. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's him.
Oh, that was Sub-Zero.
Yeah. And so like he has like a thing where he's like helps people pursue voice acting now. And I thought about it.
Try it.
I'll have to I can because he has an ad on Facebook. I see it like every now and then. So next time I see it or if I look it up, I'll actually send it to you or I'll tag you in
How
it
much
because
it is?
it's actually really cool because like if you watch an anime in English dub, like they're circulating like I said the same thing with the martial arts films. Like they're circulating the same like 16 voice actors. They're getting their money and like they're making a name for themselves. Cool. But I feel like of course outside of anime, everything else too, like I feel like it's time to get some fresh voices in there.
Time to get some fresh Hollywood all together.
Yeah.
That gatekeeping stuff that we.
Cause it's cool to hear, your favorite voice actor step in and like, oh, you're voicing them too. That's awesome. But then it's like, okay, can we hear somebody else? That's what I feel. Like it's like time to hear someone else.
Yeah, I mean, I love Cree Summers and the work that she did, though. Like, and everybody that did all that work and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it is. It's time to get some other people.
Mm-hmm. Cause then like when you go to these cons, like Comic Con, Anime Con, and just all these other ones, like you see the same people showing up all the time.
Well, I thought I was cool because I got Sean Schimmel's autograph.
That is cool.
Very cool because it's on a sketch of my own Goku.
Yeah.
But he shows up to a lot of places.
Yeah, that dude stays moving.
And then you think about it, that's probably almost done. Unless they're doing some more Super episodes.
Super is done. I think what they've done is they're moving to this one called Dragon Ball Daima.
Oh, yeah, when they little.
But here's the thing. Everyone has an issue with it because guess what it is?
Dragon Ball.
GT. Dragon Ball GT.
Really?
You remember how at the beginning of Dragon Ball GT, Pilaf and them went to find Dragon Balls.
Goku.
They turned black.
Uh-huh.
After their wishes made, but yeah, they made him small because they can't beat him, so they turned him young.
Mm-hmm.
Same premise in Dragon Ball Daima, except Goku is working with Supreme Kai. Instead of Pan and Trunks, he's working with Supreme Kai. But good news for all the GT fans, GT's canon.
And bring me a Super Saiyan 4, please.
Yeah, this was all this was all established months back, but like I was geeking the fuck out because I was like, I've been saying this for years. GT's canon. People just don't want to because they didn't care for it.
Why didn't they care for it though?
Because they felt like it was cheesy and they were like the writing's bad and everything. I was like, I thought it was pretty good.
If you look at what Super has,
oh my gosh,
as far as writing and stuff goes,
should like GT.
About to say Super wasn't. Yeah, that. There you go.
Same goofiness.
There you go.
And like, I feel like the goofiness that was in GT was just the dynamic between Goku being young, arguing with his granddaughter Pan, who's also young. Trunks being the adult physically. He's like, I don't know how to handle these two kids.
Yeah.
Plus they have a little robot Giru. And then they're going through the world trying to figure out how to find the Dragon Balls to get him back grown again. But in the midst of all that, he finds out that he can channel his Saiyan energy to become Super Saiyan 4. And he uses that form to fight the rest of the villains.
Baby.
To which he is at a match.
That was so...
He's not getting smoked like he is in Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God form. He's at a match. And then each time he fights them, of course he's stronger. And then like when it comes to Omega Shenron, the best villain that they've had in the series, even though he's had like a small time, but like he gave him a run for his money, which then brought us Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then to understand the pinnacle of that transformation of all transformations.
But yeah, I like the baby arc better than I like the Goku Black arc 10 times better.
Oh my gosh. There's so
10
much
times better.
like see there was so much potential they could have did with the return of Trunks arc. They could have did Gohan. They could have had one where they had Gohan come back, but they did that in Dragon Ball Heroes, where Gohan came back evil.
I still haven't.
Oh, it's cool. It's like a what do they call it? Fan service.
Heroes is?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Heroes is fan service because it's like everything that you could ever ask for.
Okay.
Yeah, so like they brought in this new character, Shallot. They have Brawly coming back. They have another one who comes back, who's another Saiyan, who looks like Brawly and Raditz put together. Um, and then yeah, like eventually it gets to the point to where Gohan from the future, he comes back because he quote unquote never died. He comes back evil, and so like yeah, still missing the arm, still got the scar, comes back evil, and him and Trunks have to fight. Like it's a whole thing.
In that movie,
So it's a series. It's a fan service series.
what
You
what
can
is
find
that
it on
one?
YouTube. Just type in Dragon Ball Heroes, and there's some where they give you episode 1 to 12.
Oh, I thought it was Dragon Ball superheroes. I'm like
Oh
saying,
no no no
like
no no no!
really?
That movie sucked. I didn't like it.
I,
To me, it sucked. I didn't like it. The transformations were very rushed, very unnecessary. And they brought Cell back. Like enough with bringing the villains back.
yeah.
Because not only did they bring Frieza back, they gave him a new form, which is gold and purple. But now, in the coming episodes of
Black and purple.
yes, and they call it Frieza Black.
See the meme about it said Frieza's becoming everything he's ever made fun of. Monkeys. But yeah, I feel that. I feel that we needed more.
We need a new writer. This guy, I don't care for.
It's not the original Dragon Ball Z writer though.
No. Akira Toriyama, he kind of, and here's the thing that I don't get about the GT thing. They're like, it's not canon because he didn't write it. He had involvement in it.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he's the
I'm glad
creator,
you knew
and he
that.
had involvement in it. Therefore, it's canon. You can't just say he didn't write it. Therefore, it's not canon.
That's probably what the next generation tried to do.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's not canon. It's like, no, it's not canon because you're saying everything everyone else is saying. You have no own thought of your own. You're only saying this because that's what you read. You're following the bandwagon, but you really don't even have an idea.
Don't even know.
You don't even know.
Nah, but for real, man.
Dark.
Nerf herder.
But no, like he at first they were like, oh, all he did was make the logo. No, if you actually go in and like do your research about what involvement he did way more than the logo. He was pretty much guiding them on like, like if they had questions, so like, hey, what do you feel about this and that? He's like, oh no, this is your guys' thing. It's his thing.
So I'm glad he gave them the
He took a break.
the free range. Yeah, it's like, and people got to respect that. So yeah, it is canon.
Yeah.
I feel like it always should have been.
It is the moment hiccup from the last episode of Z. If you remember the last episode of Z,
So they start off with Oob.
Yes, and then not only that, Pan is grown. Trunks and Goten are teens. They're not as old as they are in GT, but they're like it's from years beyond Boo. They're Oob, and then like in the final episode of GT, Goku and Oob are training in the hyperbolic time chamber. In the episode of GT, they are coming out of said time chamber. They're using scenes from the last episode of Z to go right into GT. It literally is like a second.
Yeah,
the time
feel
lapse
that.
is a second.
I feel it sucks.
But not only did they make it canon because the guy who was helping with that story between Z and GT, he's like, no, it ties in. It's straight from there. But now they're saying Super is in between Z and GT.
Kind of has to.
How? I don't know. Because how do you go from being gods back down to your own saying I had an issue. I was having a conversation with one of the regulars at Heat about this. They're like, it has to. I'm like, the only way that they can they tie it in is it can't supersede GT. The only way that they can tie it in is that if Zeno snaps his fingers and make everyone forget everything ever happened. Like it gets to the point to where the interaction between humans and deities have gone too much and they have to make everyone forget about it.
That would be dope to see though.
It would be
kind of like a Avengers style time traveling to fix shit or do whatever they got to do before this shit snaps.
They're hanging with Beerus, the god of destruction. They're hanging with angels. They battled deities, or they battled life forms of deities of other universes. They've tapped into way too much, and then they used the Super Dragon Balls, doubles the size of some planets.
So let me ask you then: that's the case, does that mean they get weaker? They are strong. They lose the ability to do God mode.
Here's how I know it can happen, because at the end of the Tournament of Power, when Goku or Vegeta wanted to fight with Goku, because they have like this thing where they always spar. It actually goes into the Broly movie. Um, Vegeta was wanting Goku to tap into Ultra Instinct. Goku was like, "Oh, I kind of forgot how to do it."
Oh, well.
So they were only able to reach up to Super Saiyan Blue, because even Vegeta got a new form. He got like a new temporary form.
Yeah.
It was like True Blue or something like that. I can't remember what it was called.
I thought you was talking about
The purple one. That's in the episode later to come. That's the Ultra Ego.
Ultra Ego. That's
it. Goku has Ultra Instinct. Vegeta has Ultra Ego. But I think because Vegeta's his evolution in Tournament Power, he had like bluer hair. He had a darker blue hair. And I think his was like Blue Evolution or something. I forget what they called it.
Okay.
But he ascended in that form, but neither one of them could touch that again, because they went on to fight Broly. They had to fuse, and they they had Gogeta, and then with the manga they were going into it like they had to relearn all that. That's why Vegeta went into Ultra Ego, because he had to relearn how to be stronger.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Goku, I think he was fighting Moro. That was the manga right after the Broly. It was like he was an intergalactic prisoner who escaped, and I think he's also a sorcerer. And so he's a sorcerer who escaped and was like, taking like just going through the galaxy, just tearing shit up, and like they went and got Goku and Vegeta's help. Yeah, Goku was able to finally tap back into Ultra Instinct, to the point to where he also made like if you're familiar with Naruto, he had like his own Susanoo, because he had like a avatar, like it's an overgrown avatar, kind of like Ultraman kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Or like it's like an Ultraman Power Rangers thing, because like he was in like the base of the avatar's head. It became huge. It kind of got out of hand.
Clips about What If series. It was cool looking, but I didn't even like to finish the series. I think I did finish the series. I didn't really like it though. I'm about burnt out.
What If started cool.
The first
Season.
the first season.
Yeah.
Pissed me off too.
Oh really?
That Thor episode, terrible. They
Thor
never take Thor seriously, and it drives me crazy.
They don't. They
haven't.
They haven't taken Hulk seriously or Thor
Exactly.
seriously.
The two strongest Avengers.
Thank you. And now we're not even getting any more of Hulk. They could have went and did Planet Hulk because of fucking Thor Ragnarok. They could have did Planet Hulk. Ruffalo's done. They're not doing anything more with Hulk. That's why they're making a whole new Avengers team, because they're done. Like a lot of the people who are doing it, they're done. Dude, there's so much potential wasted on trying to be funny.
They even had his son show up in She-Hulk.
That's what I'm saying.
And he looks stupid.
Perfect
but
setup for Planet Hulk, because while he was gone, making a baby, that whole time could have been giving us an idea, even the series of what he was doing as far as Planet Hulk, because they mentioned it.
Bring in Edward Norton. Like, damn, man.
And then
I didn't know that.
I think She-Hulk 2 is canceled.
I didn't even know they were doing it too. I probably would have missed it. First one was cool, but I got what I needed out of it. I'm glad. I'm really glad he did what he did to people though.
And then like I've never actually known. I don't know if it was like their own thing or if it was a real thing. How She-Hulk and Daredevil were an item.
What you mean?
Is that like a comic-based thing, or is that something Marvel MCU made up?
I know there was a bit of explicit stuff in She-Hulk back in the day, so it wouldn't really surprise me. But I think I can't say.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever been canon, like a canon item, or if that's just something the MCU was like, let's.
I don't think they
would
do
one more curveball here.
Based off of like the comics that I kind of looked up and stuff. Yeah. I don't think it would have ever been an item thing for her.
That's how I was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't want to say promiscuous, but like, the comic wasn't really afraid to not, you know what I mean? She was doing things that she wanted to do. She was a whole She-Hulk. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people really missed out on that. Like it was supposed to be something big or serious or effects
Mm,
driven. It wasn't. That wasn't. You never even really heard of She Hulk outside of cameos. Like on the mainstream, did nobody really that's watching MCU read She Hulk?
no, yeah, you
You
had to.
know,
She was
She Hulk.
involved in like little games and
I damn
stuff.
sure didn't read She Hulk, but she had a. I mean, it was a character thing.
Yeah.
Like she had her own shit.
Mm.
Somebody did. Enough people did. But anyways, about this bird in these memes. Our spirits tied up to these wonderful creatures and
Okay, so how about this?
there.
What would your spirit animal represent? Like we kind of were talking about representation of the planets and the symbolicism of who we would be as deities. Would your spirit animal represent the same thing, or will it have its own representation and symbolicism to kind of like accent who you are as a deity, or just as a spirit guide, individually?
I think, as far as it being a hawk, I think first thing that comes to mind is prosperity. So it'd be kind of like a representation of prosperity.
Okay. I guess kind of think of it in a sense of like if someone was to seek a guide, or if your guide saw that it was time for it to guide an individual, what would be the circumstances that the presence was required or gifted, I should say?
Steadfast, patience, similar to Job. Like if you needed, felt as if I don't know. It's kind of the same thing. Everybody prays for like, oh, I'm going through hard times. Send me guys, you know.
But that right there are so many people praying, and there's always like when it comes to like the idea of being a deity to help one person, there's always a sense of enlightenment or elevation in one entity above all. Like say at 1 out of 100,000, there's one person that's like, I need this person to keep going because they're the light of their entire region or community.
Mm,
Is because it's always
mm.
rare that someone gets their prayer answered or they get their guidance, and I think it's either that a lot of people don't talk about it because they feel like people would find them weird, or it really is just that like it's not a sense of the luck of the draw. It's like you're the chosen one. So what would
So
make
what would be who would be my chosen
right? What
candidate?
Yes. So what
Oh
would be the
shit,
circumstance that your spirit guide finds its chosen one?
champion.
Yeah.
What would my champion be?
What would be going on in this person's world or the world in general to where this person needs to be the chosen one and they need to be
Chosen.
elected?
Wee, wee,
Chosen one.
wee, wee, wee.
I'm coming. Chosen one.
I'm coming. I am still thinking of my chosen champion. That shit was funny though. I love that movie. Oh, Pootie Tang's on HBO Max too. If you did,
I didn't, but now I gotta go see my twin. I gotta get this body
shout
right
out
because
Tay.
that's who I'm gonna be for Halloween. Did
There
I
you
shoot
go.
the picture?
No,
I actually my next profile picture I'm gonna have a Pootie thing kind of tie in.
boy, my champion. My champion's a loner. My champion doesn't have a lot of people around him. Thinking like what I have in my head is like movies when that one person, like Percy Jackson,
Hmm. Usually how it goes.
the person is well guided, just bound. That's kind of a hard question because, like I said, everything kind of just seems like the same old movie. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. History repeats itself, and it
That's
only
not. It's too much history now.
not really.
I'm trying to think about. I guess I kind of even trying to go from personal experience, and I ain't went through shit nobody else do because it all sounds so cliche.
I think this will help when I say this. We never understand the volume of what we do or our being our essence
Uh-huh.
until someone has to tell us because we're doing things just like almost autonomous. That's just who we are. That's where we find ourselves to be in our existence. And until someone sits down and tells you, and then you have someone to back them up, you would never actually sit there and think about it unless you're full of yourself. But with someone being the light in darkness that seems to be fading, there's someone watching you that says, "Hey, no, there's more of you that we need, but I have to be the one to come and show you exactly who you are." So think of it as like a fading light.
Let me. This and I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 1:37, bro.
Oh,
Crazy,
okay.
right?
Oh wow.
No, it's cool. Gotta eat though. He's a loner. Done everything he's supposed to do. Supposed to be. He's normal, but doors don't always open.
Yeah.
So you would think that his life is supposed to go, but it doesn't. So my champion is going to be somebody who doesn't necessarily get that. Somebody who learns to live without it and still get everything that he thought wasn't coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Due time.
Yeah.
He's a patient person. He perseveres. When he starts to lose, or when that type of person starts to lose, that's the type of person that patient that doesn't give. I told you that's my being ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
almost like a instilling hope.
Exactly.
Or yeah, replenishing hope, keeping hope alive. That's another good thing, because instead of finding someone to like be the chosen one to like keep like if you're the one to instill hope in someone, that could also keep like, because like I guess it all ties into being the light, a dimming light, because if you instill hope in someone, they can keep that fire burning for their community.
Kind of like the phylactery of Hercules. Phylacteries.
Of Hercules? You said Hercules? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He creates the champion.
Oh, okay.
Type of stuff.
Is that the skinny one or the fat one?
Phil?
Yeah.
The half goat. Danny DeVito's character.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the two little demons. Okay.
No, Phil.
Okay.
I can't remember how the actual.
Philoctocles?
Huh?
Philoctocles?
Yep, Philoctocles.
That sounds right.
But yeah, but not even in the training method. It's just like I said, a guidance. Like when you on the right, when you couldn't remember finding the right, that's when you see that bird.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of worship the animal birds.
Yeah.
But I like to think I kind of do that for myself. My inner champion basically spoke out about like this is what probably.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's it. I like that. I think I'll give a quick one. I think for me, kind of like the same thing, but in a sense, it's like with a world going into chaos, there has to be someone who knows, kind of like a Mace Windu type. You know the light and dark, but you're on the path of goodness because life itself needs that fighting chance. And so it takes someone to be firm, understanding, and willing. You can't be too hard, because then there's that easy path of darkness. Like if you were instilled not only the wisdom, the intellect, but also the ability, that could go south real quick. And if you were too soft, you wouldn't know what to do with it. So you need someone who's kind of, got some dirt on them. That, hey, you seem to be wanting to make your life a better life, and you have the right idea to want to save mankind, so to speak, not as like a savior sense, but like, be that light in the darkness to give people hope, kind of like a superhero, and behind the words of Stan Lee, with great power comes great responsibility. It would take someone who knows how to use the power for bad and good, but who wants the good. You have to understand that balance to be able to understand how to utilize the tools.
How would your animal function around evil?
You can't interact with it, because not everyone's going to be able to handle that you exist. Unfortunately, I think whenever I think about the ideas of gods and deities, I think that's the way that we behave. Because if you, let's say for instance, you watch a friend struggling, but they're making their own mistakes, you've already spoken to them many a times, and you've interjected physically. what more can you do? You're not learning anything. They have to learn the hard way, whether if it's life or death. You'll learn eventually. So, I mean, as all beings do, whether it's humans, plants, animals, water, energies, whatever it is, like there comes a point of balance, and everything just kind of like aligns itself to being like a point of understanding. With mankind destroying not only the world but ourselves, there has to be some way that we can overturn it, and that person who's kind of been in the bad but understands good, I feel like we'll have the best chance of being able to teach people the proper guidance. So a guide to a guide. I'm latching on to the person who can see what the evil is, to be able to acknowledge it, but instead of attack it or label it, you understand it, because you're trying to, in a sense, help it kind of turn the tide on its own. Just forcing it, you're helping it understand how to turn the tide on its own. And then, of course, also, keeping that hope ignited in anyone who's of good intent. But yeah, I think, and then also it's just kind of like like a now or never kind of thing too. There's a trait of like now or never. This has to, things need to change. Not looking for someone who's weak and who's like, oh, I'll instill growth in you. It's like, no, like I need someone who actually is like ready, or who feels like they're ready. They just need that push.
Power coming.
Yes, but I'm only able to manifest in my chosen one as much as they can handle, because if I give them too much, I want them to understand that there is levels to it. So you won't attain as much. You can achieve it with growth. As long as you're on the right path, you can get it yourself. Like I have all this because I've gotten to where I'm at as me being your spirit guide. You can get it so long as you stay focused and you understand what it is that you need to do. But like the longer that you put it off, or you just don't really care to feed into it anymore, you will lose that ability. So it's up to you.
Well, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I really appreciate like how I thought everything I was gonna say like came in and said something that was completely different.
It's the same thing.
That's
You find it like it's the same thing, or is it just?
No.
Oh,
It's not supposed to be. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like I said, I'm, and that's the refreshing part about it, because everybody always says the same thing. And I mean, I think that's
because it gives you a different insight, like a different insight, kind of helps you see things differently.
Like that starts a whole different story.
Yeah,
And
I like.
A lot of people's stories are the same.
Yeah, and I like being able to do that, because like whenever I have conversations with people, sometimes it may come off as a debate, but I just like I want you to kind of see it differently.
Yeah.
But some people think I'm trying to argue with them. Like, no. This is interesting to me, because like I kind of want to see if you can kind of see it differently, or if you're just gonna stay, no, it's my way. And I'm like, okay, well,
it's. I stopped. I was like,
I like doing it with people who I know can handle it.
But it was just another pretty good, damn good episode. Conversation. Got on, and time to get on.
So next month, just to wrap up here, next month, as far as BAFSAF goes, I'm going to be talking to everyone about, this is all elevation sense. So just kind of ways that we could help ourselves with love and passion, and in relationships and friendships. So
it's February.
Yep. And so in cliche, I'm going to be talking about love and relationships, but all in love.
We talking about love.
How you ain't shit.
What you need to do to love your part.
I think oh no, you're taking over the first episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a game.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to I've been trying to just think about it.
So for like the next week and a half, I'll keep up with you.
Okay.
I'll keep tabs on you like I was supposed to with Zach's heart.
Yep. No, you did a really good job. I appreciate
it. Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, we're supposed to hang out with him today. It was his birthday on the 20th also.
Oh, well, tell him I said happy birthday.
Will do.
Yeah, we gotta play a game.
I'm down. No, yeah, you're gonna take over, buddy.
I'm ready for it. I will be if I ain't.
Well, it was another great episode, and like I said, we reached 10. That's a win for us.
10 what, streamers?
Episodes.
Oh, this is 10 episodes?
Yeah, this is episode 10.
I forgot. Right.
Yeah. So definitely a milestone, and
It is a
I'm
milestone.
happy that we've had people in and out watching it. But like, even so, they're not in the stream, they watch it later on Twitch and YouTube, and they watch it when I post it on YouTube.
Right.
So yeah, no, definitely
That's
appreciate
good.
the love. But we're gonna let him get out of here, and I'm gonna go get back to doing my day.
On to the grind.
So,
on to the grind.
appreciate you sticking in, staying tuned, and we'll see you again
Later.